Und ich glaube nicht, dass die Gegner, die damals noch gelacht haben, heute auch noch lachen.
This was going to be where, it was like his compound. It was part of his espionage network. It was a pawn of Adolf Hitler's. Adolf Hitler in January of '33 gave a very famous speech declaring the Nazi goals. He had to have kind of support groups in the United States to kind of move his idea of government forward. There were several organizations that arose. One were the brown shirts, and they were mostly in the East, but the silver shirts were very popular in the West. And William Dudley Pelley, who started this organization, he was a screenwriter. He really gravitated toward this fascist movement, kind of move his agenda forward. I think a lot of this movement to have this facility built was because of his push. The only documented name we have as far as starting this project is Jessie Murphy, an heiress who inherited a great deal of money. Mrs. Murphy, in 1932, purchased land up Rustic Canyon. It's in the Santa Monica Mountains. Her daughter, Winona Stevens, was a silver shirt. She was the one who actually managed the construction on the site. This whole site was really to be sequestered. They felt very strongly that when Germany invaded, that this country would go into anarchy. During this time of anarchy, to pull aside and be self-sufficient. In a way, very sophisticated survivalists. They started to put in huge infrastructure, and these plans were just extraordinary. They had swimming pools in the basement. They had gymnasiums, a 400,000-gallon water tank, a power station with double generators that could light a small town. They started to go into the finer construction, setting up to build the big barn. The architect of record for this facility is Paul Williams, one of the great architects in LA. But what's kind of ironic about this is Paul Williams is a black man, that this Nazi group would go to a black man to kind of build their Valhalla. It's very ironic. Hitler had made a statement that he wanted to have these facilities. So this was something that was a major problem for our government. After Pearl Harbor, the United States government started to roll up what they considered subversive groups. They rolled up the Murphy Ranch, and at that moment, all construction stopped. The land was purchased in 1947 by an artist colony, and then it was sold to the state, so it's part of a park now. 1978, a huge fire went through the site, but it was interesting because they built mostly the infrastructure, which is heavily concrete and steel. Many of those facilities survived. It's a lot of ruins. It is just a shadow of what it was. It really is what one might call an attractive nuisance.